Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. I'm Amanda,
And I'm Emily.
and today we are continuing Vampire the Masquerade Swansong.
Yes.
All
I believe
right,
we
so
are going
let's
to
see.
continue with Caleb.
I don't think it's Caleb next because we already saw his character sheet. I think we're gonna catch up with MM and Laisha.
Okay, cool. Unfortunately, we were not able to confront Beryl or Fang
That's okay.
about their
What
possible
happened?
connection, but we got some interesting information. I thought we got some interesting information about from Caius
Yeah, which
about the big
probably
picture.
amounts to nothing, or it could, but we'll see.
We know it may not have been Jara, but we know somebody sent
Yeah,
out the
it could at least
unauthorized
reveal
message.
who did it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we still got 90 experience. Cool. Next is MM. All right, I'm going to give her some education just because that seemed to have helped everything, honestly.
Okay. Good call.
Let's see if this siren will stop going off. I don't think the discipline really did anything, honestly.
Hmm. That's always so
Some kind.
unfortunate. Maybe you need to increase the power of it?
Well, these are the
Is that how it
disciplines.
works? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so these are the character traits, attributes. Um, I kind of want to just up her social, but hold on, what will 4 points give her? 66% chance of survival. Of success is survival. Success. Yeah, because another up for psychology or persuasion would be 60. Yeah, so I guess might as well just do social in this case. And we'll see.
We will see.
Actually, I'm gonna cancel this. I'm gonna give her education. And I just want to see, just because she's the only one who has celerity. Oh, never mind. It would cost me 100. She's the only one who has celerity, so I was wondering how much it would cost me. Um, and what would celerity do in dialogue? Honestly,
Yeah, that's interesting.
because celerity is speed. I mean, you learned that. All right, let's just do this one. Neonate.
I'm guessing you tipped Bizori off to the traitor?
Yes.
Any news?
Nothing since Richard's report. My city is in danger. Everything I've built, all the dreams I've invested. That Judas is a threat to everything.
Not for long. You'll bounce back.
Yes. Congratulations on your negotiations with the Chantry. Our agreement with Hartford is crucial.
Oh, cool. So no consequences, even though that's something that MM was worried about.
Yeah, it's something we were worried about too.
Yeah, I mean, she said Hazel's not going to be happy about this.
Yeah. I mean, giving up a big piece of territory.
Okay. I'm here to serve her. I took some big risks. She needs to get to the point. Don't say anything.
I took some big risks.
I think so too.
I almost didn't make it out. I could have ended up a guinea pig in their strange experiments.
Don't be ridiculous. We would have realized you'd gone missing soon enough. I would have sent someone to get you. Ugh, that's enough brooding. That's not why I brought you here. I have a new favor to ask of you.
What a surprise.
About what I told you earlier concerning Delson and Long Island. I've got a plan.
Oh, I know that look. Hazel.
This is the best moment to strike.
That sounds like the definition of rushing into things.
Yes, but we have no choice. Delson?
We need to blind them. From the inside. They know too much about it. We have to change that. For that, we need someone to hit them with a surprise attack from within their compound.
I wish that person luck.
It's you.
That's way out of my league.
Hazel's not asking for your opinion. You proved you were reliable with Hartford. We need your skill sets for such a risky and vital task.
That's precisely what's got me on edge.
It's your chance to prove to the court once and for all that you deserve a place on the council, MM. After this, you'll be untouchable.
I sure hope so. All right. How do I get on this island? By boat?
I doubt it. Coastline's under surveillance.
So I swim across. All right. What then?
Kaya's wrote a program that can help us. If you can upload it into their system, it'll corrupt all the data they've got in their database. Their systems, the archives, it'll all be lost.
Allowing us to cover our tracks.
It's our best shot at making it through this. You'll just have to insert it into a computer that's on their network. That's absolutely essential. Any questions?
So all three of them are going to go to Long Island at the same time?
That's what I was gonna ask. It's because Caleb is going in by boat as pretending to be a dead body. MM is swimming on. But they're all going to Long Island probably, but with different missions.
Yeah.
Huh.
Can't we do that remotely?
Your plan sounds pretty old school. There's no way to do that remotely?
We've tried, but Leto's agents weren't able to breach their security. Their network's too highly protected. That's why we need you.
I see.
Can I take someone with me?
Am I allowed to take a partner? I'd feel a lot better about this if I had someone covering my back.
I understand, but that's not possible. We're already taking a risk by sending a person in to infiltrate their hideout.
Got it.
You're sending 3 people.
I know, I was gonna say, what are you doing? Why do you want them, all 3 of these people, to go solo? Or make them think they're going solo? They're just gonna run into each other on that island.
Is this just to cause confusion by, like, making them think the other's the traitor or something?
Yeah, because was that what they said at the beginning? It kind of skipped over for me when MM first walked in.
MM said, so you told Caleb about the traitor.
Okay. 1 second. I'm gonna Google Long Island, Massachusetts. Okay. I'm just taking a look at the map. Oh, it's not that far off. There's a bunch of, obviously there's a bunch of islands off the coast of Massachusetts. It's a very coastal Massachusettsy town. It's a big island, though.
Okay.
Comparatively to the others in the area.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's get on with it.
So, let me get this straight. You want me to infiltrate the enemy base alone? The same enemies who just slaughtered half the camp.
Quit whining. You can have help.
Oh, really?
Your task will not be easy. You'll need a diversion while you sabotage their system. A raid near their base, for example.
That could work. Who will you send?
I refuse to sacrifice any more of our people. So we might as well send in the riffraff. The anarchs could do the job.
Come again?
You heard me. I want you to go see them and convince them to go with you to Long Island.
You're trying to thin their herd.
I'm balancing the scales, that's all.
They can't stand us. They'll never agree to fight for us. Let alone on their own without us.
They don't have to know they'll be alone. Lead them to believe our forces will join up with them. The SI is a threat to the entire city. They're just as concerned as we are.
This is interesting.
It
I don't
sounds like
trust Hazel.
yeah, because I mean, first Hartford had half their, or at least 2/3 is what Deneb said, wiped out. Now the Anarchs, and even the Camarilla is thinned out too.
Yeah. And now she's like trying to make believe I'm not sacrificing any more people, but she's sending in 3 of very good people, 3 of her Primogen.
No, and Caleb are not Primogen, neither is Laisha.
Oh, well, 3 people of the council.
The council are the Primogen. They're high-ranking people, but yeah, they're...
Well,
people
high-ranking
in the city,
people.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm not using the right terms, but...
It's okay. Why
Is
me?
she trying to eliminate anarchs?
Send
Anyway,
someone
keep
else to
going.
negotiate. A real emissary.
No one else knows the Anarchs as well as you do. They go to your clubs, don't they? They know who you are. They know they can trust you.
I barely know them. I see a couple of them once in a while, but that's it. We're not exactly friends.
You're still in the best position to negotiate with them.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
I'm not comfortable with the idea of sending them to be slaughtered. It's despicable.
It's just politics. And it's probably your only chance to come back in one piece.
What if I refuse?
I won't let you. Your conscience is of no concern to me. The only thing that matters is our survival. And too bad if it keeps you up at night.
The true face of the Camarilla.
I do appreciate that is standing up to the prince and saying it to her face that she doesn't like this.
I know. I said in the first video that MM's a little bit spicy, but I think I'm liking that bit about her now.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it a lot.
All right, what's next?
Right then. Let's say I agree.
You don't have a choice, but I'll humor you.
How am I supposed to go about it? I can't just go chasing down every Anarch I know to ask for their help.
There's only one Anarch that counts. Their Baron.
Randall Thane?
That's right. He's in charge of the various Anarch gangs in the region. I don't know where he is right now. You'll need to use your network.
I've got an idea of who I can ask. What can I use as leverage if they try to negotiate?
Money, favors. Offer them whatever seems useful.
All right.
One more thing. Don't tell anyone about your task, not even your sire. I don't want the council poking their noses into this. That will be all. I'm counting on you, MM. Be careful, and good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
All right.
Oh yes, there was that thing that we got for Victoria.
There you are.
Fortunately, we know where
I'm
she
sorry
is.
I wasn't here to meet you when you got back. I was busy.
I missed her. Where did she go? I can't stay.
She wasn't that busy. She was chilling out.
You're talking to your portrait.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
I guess. Yeah, let's do that.
Everyone's got their priorities, I guess. It's not like I've been waiting for hours.
Oh, please. You're always asking for more space. You're going to complain about me giving you space now?
I'm sorry, I hoped for a little bit of support from you.
You haven't asked for any since you threw me out of your life.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? We never...
Broke up? It's been 30 years, Amem.
What? I don't remember.
Come on. I get the feeling we need to clear up a few things.
Yeah.
Also, I was wrong. MM is 10 years older than Laisha, at least.
Come on. Tell me what's going on.
The Warlocks.
Okay.
I knew their library would leave a mark. They fucked with my head.
So, if I understand right, you have no memory of our breakup.
None whatsoever. I really thought that we...
Oh.
I mean, you know,
There's a reason the Warlocks have a bad reputation.
And you said it's been 30 years?
More or less.
That seems like forever. And then again, the blink of an eye for us.
Believe me, it's been a long 30 years.
I wonder if this was part of regaining the memories. Like, this is a consequence of us not regaining it, or if there was a different scene possible. All right.
No, I don't know about that. Thinking back on it, I think it was just because you didn't follow the first shadow forward. You just went up the stairs. So I think that's all it was. But I think to me, it seems like this scene would have always happened. I didn't realize it would get rid of this many of her memories, though. Like, go back that far.
Yeah. All right. Because I mean, we didn't get any backstory for them. All right, but let's get it now. All right. Why did we break up?
I wanted to know, why exactly did we break up? Was it you? Me?
It's more complicated than that.
But
It's a long story, Mem. And it's not really a happy one.
that's all the more reason. I want to know what happened. It's my memory, not some game.
Exactly. I don't want to see you suffer again. I won't allow it.
But it's not your choice. It's not you we're talking about, it's me. I can't just sit here not knowing.
I won't tell you a thing.
Hilda, please.
I said no. There's no point in insisting.
Fine. Whatever you want.
I thought she said we were supposed to clear things up. Oh, well, I guess, yes, we did break up 30 years ago, was all she wanted to say.
But then what? I don't know. I mean, we don't know the circumstances, but I can see how that could be a very sticky situation. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like sometimes people have a right to know.
Yeah. All right.
Even if it hurts, it's their life.
Yeah, I
All right.
agree. Gonna leave. We're gonna go find Victoria.
I'm sorry, I've gotta go. I need to take some time to process all of this. The prince is sending me out on another task. I can't screw up.
What kind of task?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it. Hazel made that exceedingly clear. If she thinks things are better like that, I believe her.
For God's sake, Amem, I'm your sire. You should trust me, not that snake in the grass.
Personally, I've never had anything bad to say about Hazel.
Unlike me. Is that it? You'd be singing a different tune if you knew what I know.
If I knew what?
Nothing. You wouldn't believe me anyways.
You know what?
See,
I don't
like this.
No, it's like, okay, I'm not going to tell you because I know better than you. And now it's like, oh, well,
And
I'm not
also-
going to tell you now because you're not going to believe me. Well, of course I'm not going to believe
And
you.
also, well, and also, it's like, okay, so you just hinted that it was a very painful breakup 30 years ago, and you're refusing to give me that. Now you're just like, let me just hint. I know things you don't know
Yeah.
about Hazel, but I'm not going to tell you. Like,
It's
that's
such a
so
power
rude.
trip. Okay, she said too much or I pissed her off.
She said too much. What did MM do to piss her off?
Yeah.
Fine. I'll just make your life miserable until you spill the beans.
Seriously?
You know how stubborn I can be when I want something.
Hazel's a smart woman. She knows what she needs to do to get what she wants. And she wants you.
That's going too far.
You think it's an honor, but you should really be worried. Hazel never does anything she's not sure she'll benefit from, which means she's got ways to make you bend to her will. She's careful to hide her secrets from you, safe behind her herald. Tonight could be your last chance to discover them. Very well, let's move on. You're right. You should go get some rest, and do think over what we've discussed. Promise me you'll be careful.
I'll try.
Okay, so before we leave, we have to go talk to April. But before I forget anything, I'm going to go talk to Victoria. But again, I'm going to probably roam around each floor just to make sure. Don't forget anything.
Okay.
Phew.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Alcohol. Ew. I always hated that smell. Zhu Fei? I didn't know that Caleb's protege was such a big deal.
Oh no, this is the entrance.
Do you think we have time to
Oh, this is
just laze
April's
around?
office.
I'd better hurry.
From Beryl Underwood to April Bosley. Satisfaction for once. For once, I wanted to see how much progress Journey has made in organizing the opening night of the Red Salon. I stopped by for a surprise visit last night to check the quality of the services, and you did not disappoint. Please don't embarrass us in front of Hartford. To group. Dear all, although the most important guests will most likely arrive late, be ready by 9 p.m. because you never know. Please check the following things every 15 minutes. State of the vessels, no excessive drunkenness unless desired by one of our guests. Impeccable cleanliness everywhere at all the time. Make sure that everyone is comfortable. There are enough of you to satisfy any request. If there is a problem, page me. Make sure that no one is bored when waiting for Ms. Iverson and Mr. Osborne to arrive. They're scheduled to get there at 11:30 p.m. if anyone asks, but nothing's for sure as usual. This party is of the utmost importance in the words of Ms. Iverson. Mistakes will not be tolerated.
Which one's Mr. Osborne again?
Deneb Osborne. Yeah.
Deneb. Deneb, that's right.
September 4th. Current business presentation of the annual report. Unification party starts when all guests have arrived. September 7th. Tour of Dr. Dunham's Red Salon. September 9th. Private audience all night. September 12th, meeting with Mr. Underwood on the management of the Red Salon. Meeting with Mr. Dunham on interrogating the thaumaturges integrating the thaumaturges into the Red Salon. Security review with Ms. Drury and Mr. Leto. September 13th, monthly meeting with Mr. J. Moore. Reread the speech to the Primogen Council on October 21.
So Beryl managed the Red Salon.
Yeah, Beryl and Richard. Looks like
they
that
weren't
was
at the
her-
party, though.
Richard was, yes.
If Zeus
Oh,
had
yes,
chosen
Richard was, I'm
flower
sorry.
to reign over all others, the rose would be queen.
There's Journey.
MM, there you are. I've been looking for you for hours. Where have you been?
Do I know you?
Ha, yeah, you're a real comedian. Seriously, where have you been?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we've ever met.
What the hell? What's the matter with you?
Shit. My little visit to the Warlocks. I think it left a mark. I'm sorry, I'm really confused.
Are you fucking kidding me? MM, we've always been there for each other. You're my twin flame.
I don't remember.
What a fucking nightmare. What's going on? We were... Damn it. I'm sorry, I have to think.
Also, I want to talk about these traits a little bit more because I think I've only gotten them from MM. And MM has forgotten her most loyal ally. It'll be harder for her to find new ones. -10 net experience cost for the social attribute. Also,
See, I don't like that people are mad at her for not remembering. That's not her fault.
no, it's not. And also, we haven't really seen any consequences for these traits, if it makes sense. And I don't even think we got any new ones for Caleb and Laisha. So, like,
I don't think so either.
what is the point of having this? I'm not saying this consequence is a bad one. But if you're gonna make it like a Telltale game, then make it like a... Don't put it in here.
That's good. That too. And that.
What do we do if the hunters show up?
1963?
Hey, Mem. Sorry.
And
We're a little busy.
I know I keep bringing up Shadows of New York, but Shadows used the trait feature too, and you could see changes as soon as Julia got any new traits. Like, people treated her differently, the dialogue changed, the way she treated Dakota changed. You could see that immediately.
Okay.
Okay, so where's Abigail? But also, these situations didn't feel forced in Shadows of New York. I mean, it was a small game, but... Sorry, I just have no idea where Abigail could be then. Because I can't go into the basement. All these...
Well, it did tell you to look around before leaving, which I liked.
take it in her office. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go see Victoria
arena.
first.
Hilda's favorite playground. I don't know if I'd manage as well as she does.
There you are. I heard about your little trip to see the Warlocks. Sounds like you're starting to get the hang of the machinations of the court. Unfortunately, you'll need more than diplomacy to survive the SI.
So you know about it.
The whole court does. Backstage, people are checking their scripts. There are some who are already thinking of running away.
Cowards, I don't blame them. I'm thinking about it too. Well, she said in the very first scene, everything she had was in Boston. And she wasn't gonna leave.
Yeah, so she's not thinking about leaving.
Yeah.
I personally don't blame them, but
Neither
we
do I.
kind of like what we talked about yesterday when we spoke with Dijon.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame them.
Everyone's heard about London. I get why they're scared. Nobody expected to see hunters on the coast.
And for good reason. You seem to be taking every precaution. But now that they're here, we'll have to do something. Or leave. I made my choice when they hit London. Now it's your turn. You'll need to be careful, darling, and surround yourself with associates you can trust.
That's a rare commodity around here.
You've got your sire. Hilda was furious after you left for the library. She really seemed worried about you.
As always. But I survived.
You did. Actually, when you were there, did you run into my emissary? I still haven't heard anything.
Wait, yes we did! We got something! Right there! A page torn by the emissary from the Atlanta court.
Can we... But you can still use it. Can you hit X to use it?
I can't, I can just read it.
No, sorry.
Really?
This assignment
that's
was
a-
tough. I had other priorities.
I see. Fine. I'll find another way. Thanks anyways. Did you need something?
That's bullshit.
Maybe we can do it here?
Where can I do it here? There's no
No.
option for it. She asked me then. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit.
That's annoying.
Whatever. Alright. Can you tell me more about the attack on London?
I always wondered how a city like London could fall. A kindred stronghold. That old?
Wiped out in just a few nights.
What was it like? Do you remember the attack?
Oh, it's not a very pleasant memory.
I kind of want to keep my willpower for the Anarchs. Because honestly,
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
talking to people like this isn't giving me any extra experience points.
No.
Alright, don't insist.
I get it. Sorry.
What do you think about Hazel?
This I am interested in.
Yeah. I have more club cards so I can restore my willpower.
You've been around Miss Iverson for a few nights now.
I've had that honor, it's true.
She's not the first prince you've associated with. You're used to dealing with people in powerful positions. So, what do you think of her?
I admire her strength and her ambition.
But...
She's been too lax with her court. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this mess. I wonder if she'll learn anything from this ordeal. If she survives it.
That's harsh. But at least you're honest.
Always with you.
What did I miss while I was gone?
Did I miss anything last night?
Not really. Things were pretty calm until Dr. Dunham came back. Things got a little tense when the topic of the Second Inquisition came up.
I can imagine the shockwave.
We're at the court. People try to save face. But I saw a few masks start to dissolve. The next few hours are going to be decisive.
Does she know anything about memory magic?
This is gonna sound weird, but have you ever heard of memory magic?
No, never heard of it. Where'd you hear about that?
My visit to the Warlocks. I don't know what they did, but they got inside my head.
The Tremere are brilliant, but dangerous. Iverson should never have sent you there alone.
I learned my lesson.
I need some advice about my assignment.
Hazel wants to send me back out there tonight. She's trying to get help from the Anarchs.
Well, aren't we the elite soldier to send behind enemy lines?
I'd appreciate any advice you could give me. I've spent a lot of time with the Anarchs, but never in a situation like this.
I'm afraid I don't have much to tell you. I haven't spent much time with the Anarchs since they left our family. You certainly know a lot more than I do about them.
If you say so. I've gotta go. It's gonna be a long night. No matter what happens tonight. I'm happy I got to see you again.
Why does that sound like goodbye? And them?
It's gonna be fine. See you later.
Be careful.
See, she was such a big part of this DLC, but what exactly is she adding here other than, like, more dialogue options and, like, you know, a nice little cameo? Because it's the same voice actress in LA by Night. The same actress there from the web series. Which is fun. But we had this one quest from MM. This is clearly bugged out. What is she adding to everyone else?
Dijon left. Rats are the first to flee the sinking ship.
Oh, that's exactly what Caleb said.
Or that was an option for Caleb to say.
Yeah. My prince, I would like to believe that you still trust me as you once did, but you do not, and I'm unable to understand your sudden suspicion of me, especially at this cruel juncture. Boston has never been my city. I came here for its prince, you. I have carefully considered the situation, and have come to the unfortunate conclusion that you will no longer listen to me on any subject at all. Yet I always believed I was acting in your best interest. I feel that there is nothing left for me here, and it is time that I joined my kind, to share my knowledge with those who will certainly need it. I will never forget the years I have spent here in your service, and I leave knowing that Boston is the best possible hands. Yours. In the best possible hands, yours. Farewell with no ill will, and no regrets, I hope. Your eternally devoted servant, Dijon Siaka.
That's a nice letter.
Yeah, it was professional.
As nice as it could be.
I didn't think he was into this kind of thing.
So was this whole thing with the concealment ritual, was this all just like a red herring?
I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't mean he's not involved.
Because remind me again, the concealment ritual, that was done to hide like a specific thing?
I don't know, it just said concealment ritual.
Hmm.
And the instructions on how to do it. Yeah, I just want to clarify that I'm making these criticisms in light of the fact that I was really excited about this game. And for all intents and purposes, I am enjoying it for what it is right now, but there are little things that make it...
Yeah, no. I think, like, you seem to be really enjoying the story a lot. Like,
yeah.
I can tell, like, you tend to get frustrated when you like the story and you want to progress it in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I'm like reading it like, okay, Amanda likes the plot a lot. You're a very story focused person.
Yeah, and this could be really intriguing.
Yeah, but then it's like things with like not being able to give Victoria that piece of paper. It's like what could it's like you're missing a big chunk of potential storyline there.
Yeah, and I guess the reason I bring up Shadows of New York again is because I do like that a whole lot, for what it was. It was also built by a small studio. It focused on one or two things and made it those really strong suits, and they did it really well. And I could play it again and I can still enjoy it. I feel like this one is trying to do a lot of things, and I feel like we're coming towards the end already, based on that dialogue with Victoria and the fact that the timeline was moving ahead, if that is indeed a timeline,
and the fact that it looks like all three of the characters are going to be on the island in the same night.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the same, like their goal is going to be the same.
And I don't like the way it set up the character creation. I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about the disciplines and traits before we go in the elevator. Again, these are established vampires, and someone else pointed this out on Reddit, but it's really illogical to think that Caleb has fewer experience points than his child. He can't go toe-to-toe with his child. I mean, I would have appreciated it a little bit more if they had a set character sheet, and then they gave us experience points to add onto it. Say, this is the kind of person that they are based on their history, based on their age, and you can play around with it, give them a little bit more, lean them in a little bit of different direction, I guess.
Yeah, so like Leisha being the youngest one, she would have like the least amount of XP, the lowest amount of like points built up in certain areas, whereas Caleb would be the total opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb would have a lot, maybe not as much in technology, but in like other things like Dominator, social things. But
yeah, especially because his character seems so
powerful, or he's supposed to be powerful.
He powerful, politically savvy.
See, that's the other thing. Like on Instagram, I'm sorry, I know we're gonna get into this elevator soon, but on Instagram when they were advertising this game and they talked about Caleb, they were like, Caleb is gonna have to make a choice in this game. He's gonna either step into this power vacuum that's coming up in Boston, or he's gonna go and join the rest of the elders. But so far, I don't see a power vacuum that he's trying to step into. I mean, I see, because he could manipulate the court if he wants, but there's no option for us to really do that.
Yeah, because as of right now, people are upset with Hazel, but Hazel's still the prince. And there doesn't seem to be any indication that her position has been shaken. Yeah, which is, I don't know if that's typical or not. In Shadows, I got the impression that the Primogen were still important to the prince. I mean, it's like a balancing act between the two. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go look for Abigail. And I'm sorry, again, one more thing about the traits. What are they even doing? Right.
Apart from, like, I don't even know what these disciplines are doing.
Yep. Sorry, my softball game got moved to a different location tonight, so I'm just checking in on that.
Sorry. A big
I
deal.
was looking
A
down.
direct route to the
My phone
prince's
was blowing up with
apartments.
notifications.
April plays the guard dog. The Swan's Nest. I hope it's worth it. I didn't know Hazel was into music.
Looks like she's just learning violin. My dear Dijon, you know what the high regard I have for your advice and the even higher value I place on our special arrangement. That is why I ask you to carry out the task we discussed yesterday, a task you were extremely reluctant to undertake. I appreciate your objections, but the Hartford Chantry is our best option right now. When I say right now, it is because I'm counting on the situation changing, a change you yourself would be party to. In the interest of my projects, I cannot reveal the details, especially in writing, but keep in mind that I know where you are from and what your ancestors went through. Hartford is nothing more than a means, a tool. A tool can be replaced. Help me, and when the time comes, I will help you.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, so
Or
she
Hazel's
knows
just
about-
really manipulative.
Yeah, which is possible. Sorry, I'm sniffly today, guys.
Nah, my allergies have been killing me.
Confidential. My prince, I have passed your request for more information about Mr. Underwood on to Jason Moore. I can only congratulate you for taking such an initiative. I have observed a steady increase in Mr. Underwood's contacts with mortals around the globe, particularly in South America and India. He's very secretive, but he hides his financial transactions better than his contacts. He has a need to control everything at all times and uses every channel at his disposal to keep up with the latest news. Like most blue bloods, he is a workaholic who trusts no one but himself. Since he became Caleb Bazori's child, the family business he inherited has grown into a vast, sprawling network that controls the sugar industry from production to sales. He has often flouted the rules of the Masquerade. I suspect he has even gone against many of our principles on several occasions. In any case, without being able to prove it, I wouldn't be surprised. At court, Mr. Underwood is a veritable fox. He knows how to increase his influence, especially since Mr. Bazori has taken a step back. In fact, he is the most prominent member of your clan, after yourself. But he also has close ties to the members of your primogen. Hilda McAndrews in particular, but also to a lesser extent Richard Dunham, because remember, they were in business together, I believe, at the Red Salon.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The interdependence he has cultivated makes him a threat to your interests. It would be very easy for him to bypass your authority if he felt like it. He has many ways of applying pressure. I do not mention here the business of the other members who are dependent on his goodwill, but I am enclosing several documents showing these connections. Devoted servant Kai's Leto. Oh, that's Kay! In Jar's letter.
Oh.
Why didn't we think about that before? There's literally no one else who begins with K.
There are faint marks on the wall.
Why are you going to say that and then not even let me... Like Caleb had the option to, like, just inspect it manually. Why do I not... Whatever.
I've always found swans very moving. They're beautiful, but full of melancholy. It's a nice symbol.
Yeah, like, I feel like this game gave us so many options of what we can put in our character sheet, but the only ones that really matter are, like, education, deduction. Sorry, but if the game is going to be this short, then keep the traits, you know.
Yeah. No, I hear ya.
What?
It's
Oh, Miley.
Miley?
And then?
Miley. That you?
Yeah. What are you?
doing here?
Change the subject. How is she doing? Yes, let me consume one of my business cards. And that's the other thing. Why she has so many business cards here, but then Caleb doesn't have.
I don't know.
Alright, whatever. Okay. Of course. Sorry, I'm gonna make one more point about that. Just because Caleb is older, that doesn't mean that he is the only one with the ability to just, like, physically look at something and try to figure it out like you or I would without vampire powers. That's, you know?
Yeah.
I do find his levels easier. I don't know if that's what they were trying to do because he's older, but, you know, his age has nothing to do with, like, him putting on a badge and
Sneaking
walking
into
around
Jara's
an apartment.
or sneaking into Jara's room and putting a thumb drive in her computer.
It's like Leisha had to, like, I had to use all my blood to calm down Halsey and then switch between outfits and, you know?
Yeah. And possibly run into an emissary of the Society of Leopold.
Leopold. It's Grunfeldbach's grandson. No, it would be his son, I guess.
And then?
Miley.
Yeah,
That
probably.
you?
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Well, I guess we know we made the right choice in picking, or I made the right choice with picking Miley's coffin. Okay, so this is good. This is a consequence.
Shh. It's not important. How are you doing? I heard you almost didn't make it. I didn't think it was that serious. How are you holding up?
They destroyed my face. I have a hard time talking.
It's okay. It's okay. The bastards. Who the hell did this to you?
Incendiary bullet. Caught fire in seconds. My skin peeled off. My eye melted.
Okay, I think I get it. Ugh. You're gonna be alright, you hear? You're a fighter.
I won't tell Hazel. But you have to leave. She doesn't like visitors.
It'll only take me a sec.
I'm gonna see, okay, because Emem's the only one getting traits. Alright. Child reunited. Lying her way out of a sticky situation has become second nature to MM. Her powers of persuasion have increased. Okay. That's good. See, if I had just an idea of, like, the kind of gameplay, like, the differences between how you play as MM versus Leisha versus Caleb, I would have put more into Auspex. I mean, we had that one trail. And then we had
Hazel had another
Celerity.
child before Miley? Shit.
Oh.
I had no idea. Seeing as how it ended, I'm not really surprised.
Destruction of Relance Cardiel. Status successful. This was in 91. As per the advance information, your child was found in a warehouse on Offenbach Street. The area was deserted. I entered the premises at approximately 2:20 a.m. When Relance Cardiel saw me arrive, he seemed to understand what was going on. At first he tried to negotiate, but when I knocked him down, he quickly got up and tried to escape. It was only after he was thrown against a wall that he really understood that only one of us would ever leave the hangar. His head had hit a metal railing many times, then he stopped moving altogether. I went to get the gas cans I had brought with me earlier. After spraying gasoline all over the premises, I set it on fire. I stayed there until the fire was over. Your child is no ancient history.
Who's it addressed to?
It's Hazel. Hazel had another child.
Hmm. I wonder where they killed that child.
Yeah, and how is that significant?
Especially considering the state of Miley.
Yeah.
I understand better now
My
why
prince.
John never mentioned his sire. Hazel's always one step ahead.
My trip to New Orleans was not for nothing. I was able to learn about Dijon Siaka's past. He is the child of one Marie Duruchet. If her name isn't familiar, that's to be expected. She is rather ordinary. But interesting enough, she has ties to the Hartford Chantry. Indeed, not long after her unauthorized embrace, she was sentenced to final death by the Hartford Tremere. Her escape led her to Louisiana, where she met Siaka. She embraced him in a voodoo ritual that I didn't understand much about. But it seems that it left a deep impression on Mr. Siaka, who has been influenced by this magic throughout his existence. It appears that he has come to New England to settle the score with Hartford. I think we could use this to our own advantage, given the arrangement we envision. For example, we could make him part of the Boston court. It shouldn't be too hard to make him your puppet, especially if we promise to solve his problem. He could then be put in contact with the Chantry, perhaps as a sleeper agent, or he could take on responsibilities while remaining our puppet. However, if Deneb Osborne were to discover what I've learned, Mr. Siaka's existence would undoubtedly be threatened. It's up to you to decide. However, I think this is a golden opportunity that would be a shame to pass up. I plan to stay a few more days to clarify some points. I'm sending you this message through a reliable servant. I'll then return to the court as soon as possible. JD. Who's JD?
Jara?
Jara Drury,
Jara
yes. Yeah, I think Hazel's plan, because Dijon was supposed to switch places with Deneb. So maybe Hazel's plan was to wipe out the Hartford Chantry completely, especially because they go back a long way. If you remember that.
Yeah.
I wonder if...
Maybe C, D, E, F, G.
Oh, Swan Lake!
You're right! Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. B, F, D, A, C.
BFDAC.
Good job, Em.
No problem.
Sorry, my nose is so...
That noise. Something moved.
Alright, what's this?
That explains why Hazel's
That-
holding off on
Puzzles
James
like
and
this must be a
Bridget.
pain in the ass for...
Underwood. What a creep.
I'm sorry, what?
No worries, sorry. Puzzles like that must be a pain in the ass for people who can't read music.
Well, they did have it circled on the papers. That was helpful.
Oh, okay, good.
My prince, I've heard that you fear the departure of my dear sire, Galeb Bazori. Indeed, the progressive departure of the eldest among us is a matter of concern, especially when it involves such a loyal and valuable element as Galeb. Nevertheless, I believe I have a way to keep him at your disposal for a while longer. My sire is rather infatuated with a promising young woman. He wishes to embrace her more than I have ever seen him desire anything. Why, you may ask? Why choose to have another child when you already have a child as accomplished as myself? I wouldn't dare to comment on the subject myself and would join you in your question. So the Zhufeng, as the object of his desires is named, should be formally presented to you very soon. You know how dear old Bazori stands on tradition. Of course, he will only embrace her when you have given him permission to do so. That is why I suggest you use some obscure excuse, such as the overcrowding of Boston, for example, to stall for time.
Bazori is a loyal dog, and Hazel's got him on a short leash.
During Quentin King's reign, Galeb Bazori was always above reproach, performing every task assigned to him without batting an eye. He's the consummate tool for doing dirty work, as he is cold and efficient. I wouldn't even begin to tell you how many thin-blooded anarchs or dissidents he has faced and defeated. Such overwhelming loyalty to your predecessor would suggest that he be sidelined or even removed. Nevertheless, I urge you not to rush down this path. On the contrary, keeping Caleb Bazori as close to you as possible seems to me the wisest thing to do. Indeed, his loyalty was not to Quentin King, but to the role of the prince, and today that is you, Miss Iverson. Caleb Bazori could quickly become one of your best assets. I remain at your disposal to provide you with the reports on his various missions, but a reading of everything seems unnecessary as there is far too much of it.
Hazel said there was an accident, but it was actually an execution. If Leisha were to find out...
Oh my god, you're right! Dear Miss Iverson, it is with a heavy heart that I confirm that I carried out your orders last night. Halsey is no more, so you'll most certainly experience less fear of new incidents. I have already made arrangements at the Institute for Leisha because I am certain that she will be shocked and that she will become unwell. While I understand your reasons with all due respect, I must warn you that Halsey's disappearance will not necessarily result in increased potential for Leisha to have visions. I will tell Leisha that there has been an unfortunate accident, and if required, I will manipulate her memories to avoid the worst. You can count on my discretion, and I will be tomb regarding this matter. Sincerely yours, Dr. R. Dunham.
We were... Oh my god.
So Halsey was killed before Leisha went to the Institute in an attempt for her to get more visions. And that's why that Halsey just exists in her mind. It's because of Dr. Dunham and Hazel.
That's fucking manipulative. So we should trust the doctor more than we trust Hazel, because he was the one that was like, how do you, like, the prince only wants you for your visions.
Yeah, and Halsey, that's why Halsey's so insistent that he's going to separate us.
Yeah.
It's Hazel's power tool over her.
Well, and it's also Leisha in her head probably still being, like, in denial about not wanting to lose her child.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
So Hazel has her eye on my clubs. Ugh, politics. Always politics. What's her game? Is this how she thanks her allies?
Dear Jason, as Prince of Boston, I'm always looking for opportunities to expand my domain. A few of my counselors have brought an opportunity to strengthen our hold on Boston's nightlife to my attention. I would like you to evaluate the acquisition of a number of venues. A specific list is attached to this letter. These venues happen to be currently used by M.M. Lewis, whom you do not know very well. She is one of our kind, but I ask for your utmost discretion regarding this matter. Sincerely, Hazel Iverson.
Oh.
Okay, so we couldn't find Abigail. But now we gotta leave and go talk to the Anarchs.
I should go. It's gonna be a long night.
Anything else?
Was there something upstairs? Like another upstairs across the room from
Not just yet.
Miley?
Let's look.
I thought when you looked there was something across the hall, but then you saw Miley.
Little enclave?
Yeah.
Here? Nothing. Which I agree is very confusing, but
Okay, well. Leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, might as well. Because she needs all the experience points she can get.
I thought it was funny that her child's name is Miley.
Why do you think it's
with
funny?
The way that, like, with her haircut and everything, I'm like,
Miley
Cyrus!
Let's go then.
First, the Anarchs. But I have to find them first.
You could have discovered that Beryl Underwood and Caleb School Zhu Feng were up to something. How? With auspex, probably. Yeah, if we had increased our auspex, we could have followed her.
Aura around.
Yeah, we could have discovered a secret.
But now we know that it's not necessarily just Beryl who's being manipulative of Zhu Feng. Maybe Zhu Feng is planning something with Beryl.
Yeah, because, She's being just
maybe
as
she's getting
manipulative.
impatient. Yeah, like maybe she's getting impatient about her embrace.
Maybe. But that's MM's stage.
Wait,
We'll do
what was the
Lation
second
next
one?
time. Second one?
Sorry, it's blurry. I was looking at the alternatives.
Oh, you could have discovered a secret about your sire. Hilda.
Oh, so we could have discovered some, maybe with lockpicking.
Maybe.
All
Well,
right.
then I replay this game, probably on Twitch in the future. I will know exactly what points to invest in.
There we go. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know, what do you think about Hazel? What do you think? I think our views are certainly shifting, but maybe that depends on the character that we're playing as we find out more and more about the prince. What do you think Hazel's up to? Do you think this is leading up to the final climactic finale of this game? Let us know in the comments section down below. Smash that like button if you like this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed already. And as always, I'm Emily.
And I'm Amanda.
We're Am and Dem, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Bye!